feel it in my bones, I can feel it in my veins. Hands in the sky, I can feel the winds of change. You live and you learn, and I hope I've seen enough to make something right and make up for what I've lost. I was down, but things are looking up. I wanna get high on you, caught by surprise by you. Want you to make my heart feel as much as I know it should. I wanna get high on you, caught by surprise by you. Want you to make my heart feel as much as I know it should.
Welcome back. We are currently wrapping up our Switch It Up Texas huddle here at Camp Fimfo.
Yeah.
But this place is really cool.
It's really impressed us, so we want to show you guys what it's about.
Exactly. So we're currently standing pretty much at the entrance to the park. So the building you currently see behind us is actually registration or check-in. It's very much so themed, kind of like a old summer camp, if that makes any sense. Everybody wears shirts that say staff on the back, and it's kind of the feel. So Fimfo, and the Camp Fimfo, actually means something, and we believe it means fun is more fun outside. So they're promoting, obviously, get out. So they've got campers, well, so they have full hookup RV sites. They have a couple of different kinds of cabins as far as accommodations, but there's a huge pool, a swim up bar, water slides, a big blobby thing in the ground that looks like a weird trampoline, pickleball court, basketball court, cornhole, mini golf. What else am I missing?
My goodness, I don't even know. You said mini golf.
I said mini golf. Me either anymore. So we just want to kind of take you around and show you this place because we think it's super, super awesome, and we just wanted to share it. So you are seeing it to the end of the Texas huddle. So if you haven't seen the huddle videos, kind of us and the rest of the Switch It Up crew bouncing around all over the place, make sure and go check those out because you kind of see the campground in the back in the foredrop, and you can also kind of see what it's like to attend one of Todd and Sheila's huddles, which, spoiler, is a lot of fun if you haven't seen that.
They're amazing. You definitely should.
Yep, so go check them out. But let's go see some stuff.
Let's go tour.
So they actually have golf carts you can rent here. They're a little pricey, but if you don't necessarily want to drive your truck around, or you don't have your own golf cart or e-bike or whatever you like to use, you can rent golf carts here. And they are themed to the play. They're really cool. So if you're going to rent one, this is probably the best route to go. One little other tidbit on the golf carts. This place is huge. It's very, very large. So unless you're prepared to drive your truck around or you have your own mode of transportation, they're a little pricey, but if you're only here for a short time, I would actually recommend getting a golf cart. I kind of wish we had.
I do too.
There's not a ton of parking at the areas, as you'll see. It's doable, but just know you're still going to walk a pretty good little jaunt, even if you drive your truck or vehicle around too. So.
Absolutely.
All right, so if the main entrance is kind of as you first come in, is your main entry point, this is really truly the hub, kind of right behind us. They call it the general store area. This is where they have a little mini restaurant, a bar. It's where the mini golf is. It's where the pool is. It's where the water slides are, if you can see them back there in the distance. This is really kind of the social hub, if you may.
Right.
Another little thing, and I'm going to spin you around here in a second, but this park is still very much so under construction at the time of recording. It is May 1st, 2022, not 2020 like I thought it was. But if I spin around here, you can see the construction happening behind us. So this thing, it's not even done yet. And so it's very intriguing the way it is, and I can only imagine what it'll be like when they actually complete everything. So we're gonna go kind of pop in here and take a look around. So this is actually a little like mining thing. So they probably have kits inside you can buy and come out here and kind of just mine, essentially. Kind of like the little roadside attractions you see out in Colorado. Very, very similar to that. So it's closed at the moment, but this is Squirrel's Tavern. This is actually where the kind of food and all that is. So that bay door flips up and food. And there's ice cream over there. We haven't gotten any, but it's over there. So this is probably one of the cooler pools we've actually seen. And you have a walk-up bar right over there. Kinda. How long you been down here? So how's the pool since we didn't get here?
It feels great. I got in even with my clothes.
So over here, it's kind of hard to see, but this is like a kiddie area right through here. That water tower drops water straight down. And then behind it, the orange and green and, I'm sorry, yellow and green, orange and blue are just some big water slides. So that's kind of cool to have right here on site. Very reminiscent of, if you remember, if you know what the like the Jellystone parks are like, very family-friendly, kid-oriented. That is very much so this, but instead of that Yogi Bear theme, more along the lines of a, like I said, like a camp, like an old-timey summer camp. Well, apparently there's a weight limit. And now I got wood chips. All the mushrooms.
Hi again. I got a 2 for 1.
Now that I've made a complete note of rear end of myself, we are down in kind of the lower area. If you watch the huddle videos, you saw that tent a whole lot. So that's the Switch It Up tent. This is really just kind of a big open field down here. But then directly behind us is the zip lines that you just got to witness all of it. As well as some just kind of old school swings, playground set, merry-go-round kind of stuff, and a smaller jungle gym kind of over there. One thing, well, let me zoom in, hang on. One thing I'm going to point out is that building right there, which I'm going to get my hand out of the way, and what's crossing right there. So they're actually in the process of building like a suspension bridge walkway that will eventually go all the way to the other side of the pool, which is where we first started when we came in. So pretty good long ways. Also, if you notice at the base of that, there are 2 kind of landing flaps, if you may. Well, if we spin this way, look all the way up there. Yep, that little thing I just highlighted on the screen. It looks like a bungee jumping, almost suspension thing off the cliff. Lauren just said like a platform. Somebody said, and I don't know if this is accurate or not, but the initial intent is to run a zip line from way up there, all the way to there. I don't think I would do the same thing that happened on the mini zip line there. At least I hope not. So right here, we have actually shifted now down to the Guadalupe River, which is the river that runs right along here. In New Braunfels, you have the Guadalupe, this one, and the Comal is the other one, which is nowhere near here. But down here, they have this little A-frame like tent, but they're, I wouldn't call them a tent. They're like a, what are they? What would you call that?
Accommodations.
It's cheating. It looks like it was a trailer, but it's not. It's obviously a custom-built A-frame lodging of some kind, with a little patio. So it's set up like if you wanted to the camping experience, but didn't necessarily want to actually be in a tent and want something a little more structure. This is your thing. Still a little smaller. So you essentially have the big cabins at the front in the premium loop, the regular size cabins in the loop where we are, and then you have these little kind of tenty, trailery thingamajiggers, but they are literally, you can see the water right there. In fact, let's go down to the water. No.
So I think another kind of appeal to these is that they're not up there with all of the hubbub. And so these are going to be a little bit quieter. And then if you wanted to do any fishing, you are just steps from the river.
Yep. And this is the Guadalupe River. That is one side of Camp Fimfo. It's a little chilly. I don't know if it's always that way, but it is right now. But we've seen people up there fishing a little upstream, and literally just right before we walked down here, a bunch of tubers just came down. I can't imagine this is the most stellar section, the tube, because there's a lot of rocks, and I imagine you get stuck pretty easily here. But it's right here, literally just a walk away. Just for frame of reference, there's the Switch It Up tent, and where I skidded through the zip line. All right, if you know me in any capacity, you know how much I love my golf. But I can tell you definitively, I enjoy mini golf but I don't love playing somebody because I have this thing where I can't really beat her. So they have mini golf. It's pretty simple. Up by the general store, you can see it right there. It you just literally, this is sitting out there. You just pick up a ball and a putter and you go to town, and that's exactly what Lauren just did. So let's flip you all around.
Oh.
The lefty for you.
Don't miss.
Ooh.
Getting cocky now.
Yep. Yikes. There's Lauren's tactical prowess. She just kind of gets up and hits the ball as hard as she can. And in that case, she didn't really hit it as hard as she can, but...
Oh. You told me to behave. I'm trying. Oh.
I'd say 2, but not yet. Got some work left.
Okay. Still no. We're not putting that one in. Don't make it foolish.
Hey! Also, if you're playing mini golf and you see what Lauren's doing here, if you're a kid, don't do this. If you're an adult, make sure your kids don't do this. I'm going to go out on a limb and say an adult didn't do this, but this is just stupid. Like, there's golf balls and things. This is a free amenity. Just pick up after yourself. Not hard. So that is the pickleball and basketball courts if you want to sweat even more while you're here. Also, these are the premium cabins. I believe they are just larger to the best of my knowledge. We didn't do that, but it looks like fun, except for that little child that pretty much looked terrified.
And these are the premium sites.
There's really not a big difference in the site itself on the premium sites. They are just much closer to all those activities we just showed you. And to round us off, this is our actual campsite. So we'll show you around it real quick. Just as a heads up, almost every campsite here, at least that I've seen, is 50 amp, 30 amp, plus a couple of 110s. Also, full sewer, full water hookups. You actually get 2 water spigots, which is kind of nice. So you can use one for other things, pool filling, dog washing, I don't know. Around the rest of the campsite, though, everything comes with a picnic table, barbecue grill, nice wide concrete section. There's our solitude, and then they all come with a predetermined spot for a fire ring. So, plus it's a nice and wide site, which is great. Tons of room. Lauren's excited.
Do be careful. The sites are really nice. They're nice and wide. Most of the turns are pretty decent, but there is a strong slope to the whole campground. And so, unfortunately, your rig doesn't sit like this. It's like this. So bring leveling blocks.
Depending on where you are. Ours happens to be high out to the right side, low to the left side.
Right.
There's some where it's high to the front side, back side, those types of things. So ours was that way. So we actually are on mounting, or we're on leveling jacks on the non-camp side to help level us off in conjunction with our leveling system. So,
but that being said, if you have that equipment, make sure to bring it this round.
Yep. We will link Camp Fimfo's website in the description below if you're interested in booking here. We don't have any affiliate links or anything like that, except for the fact that we like the campground. We thought it was a lot of fun to be here, and we wanted to share with you. So if you thought about coming here, you can get a little more insight. It is a very new campground. So we just wanted to make sure that if you were thinking about coming here, you had information. So with all that being said, thank you for following along. If it's your first time here, we'd love it if you subscribed and join us every Sunday. Other than that, thank you to Todd and Sheila for the huddle this week.
Absolutely.
It's been absolutely phenomenal. We've gotten to meet some great people. We've made some friends.
And you guys did a fantastic job.
Yes.
Todd and Sheila, really. And team.
Yep. So with all that being said, we will see you next Sunday.
Bye, Mom.
Now my wheels in motion and my window